Right now, the Matlosana Municipality in the northwest is in deep financial crisis. About 6 bank accounts belonging to the municipality have been attached because it owes Eskom over a billion rand. Other reports also suggest the municipality owes another service provider, the Midvaal Water Board, 1.4 billion rand. Where does this put the residents and service delivery? Well, let's speak to the mayor now, James Tsolela, to find out. Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for your time here on ENCA. How do you find yourself owing Eskom so much money? I mean, at some point, there were administrators brought into the municipality. The municipality was assisted and it was able to at least start paying back its debt. So how do you find yourself regurgitating like this?
Thank you very much. Let me quickly start first maybe by confirming that Eskom indeed they got the writ of attachment of our accounts, but they have not yet executed that writ. But secondly, is that this is a historical debt that we are also inheriting. It's true that administrators did came and assist the municipality, but for some reason we had to fall back because we are not collecting sufficiently from our communities. So that's why we ultimately had to fall back into failing to pay Eskom again. But I think the other thing that has put a lot of pressure in the municipal finances is the disparity between the increases that is granted to Eskom and the one that is given to the municipality. Because you'll realize that in most cases, NERSA will always give municipalities 6% and give Eskom more than what is actually given municipality. Therefore, the gap between what is given to Eskom and what is given to a municipality then creates a burden on the municipality to be able to sustain the payment plan or payment rate with Eskom. It is also correct that we are, yes, indeed, we're owing the Midvaal. We also have a payment plan with them. And so it's a matter that we are actually handling it quite correctly for now.
So you're saying that, is it a recent thing that you haven't been able to collect adequately? Those were your words from your customers. How did your customers pay you when administrators were there and suddenly aren't paying you now? Or was there a difference to how you were able to pay Eskom when the administrators were still there?
It is not correct. It is not current. It's not a current thing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it's a historic thing, because you'd remember that when the administrators were here, the payment rate from the community remained fluctuating, but they only rely on the portion of grants that we are getting from the National Treasury, which is your equitable share, to settle the debt of Eskom and that of the Midvaal. So now we have a high rate of unemployment and we have high demand in terms of the services that we are procuring, the bulk service that we are procuring from Eskom and that we are procuring from Midvaal. So as a result, even the equitable share is no longer able to sustain or to deal with this, the current accounts that we are receiving from both Eskom and Midvaal. But it's a matter that we are working on, because also the government departments that was growing, as well as the business, they were also not paying what they are supposed to be paying the municipality.
Explain to me what you mean, Mr. Mayor, when you say that this is only historical debt. Because I remember around June or so last year, the debt for Matlosana was put at around 800,000 by Eskom. And now this year it's been put at 1.5 million. So how do you arrive at saying that it's only historical debt?
I think you are also incorrect to say by last year it was 800,000.
Yeah.
No, when we came here, the debt was 1.1 billion.
All right, but so, it still means it was added. So what do you mean? It still means that it went from one lower point to a higher point now. So how's it only historical?
I agree with you.
Okay.
Yes.
So how's it only historical?
With you. The reason why I'm saying it's historical is because we are unable to come to a payment plan with Eskom because their argument is based on that history that now I'm talking about, that the municipality has been entering into a payment arrangement with them, and it has not been honoring the payment arrangement that they've been entering into. So that's why even now Eskom has not been coming to the party in terms of coming to a payment plan that we can agree upon and execute, because they are saying we are sounding like a broken record. They know this thing, it has been said before. They've entered into these kind of arrangements. They've even taken them to court to be court orders, but they were not honored by the municipality. Hence, I'm saying it's a historical issue that we are now dealing with. It's creating a much of a problem on those bases.
My understanding, Mr. Mayor, is that next week it is your municipality, I think, that will be hosting the Freedom Day event. Am I correct?
You are correct, yes.
How will you be celebrating freedom for the people of Matlosana when things look like this? A lot of them are saying that they've been receiving no service delivery because of these issues, the debt issues.
I think it's a matter of people that do not want to put a correct perspective on the word service delivery, because the service delivery, yes, has been affected, but it has always been there. Our people are receiving water. We are dealing with the issue of roads. We are dealing with the issue of sewers. We are dealing with the issue of the stormwaters. All constitutional obligations of the municipality, we are actually dealing with them. Our people are receiving a benefit out of all the constitutional obligations of the municipality. Therefore, we can't say there is no service delivered. It may be on issues where we are also affected by load shedding and we are unable to supply water as a result of the effect of the load shedding. But immediately when the load shedding is gone and we are able to fill our reservoirs with water, we are able to do that, and our people are able to get water, and there is no crisis as far as the issue of service delivery is concerned. It may only be that there were backlogs in terms of your roads, for example, where we experienced a lot of potholes, but we have also embarked on a vigorous campaign to deal with the patching of potholes, and where the roads are bad, we are resealing them as we speak.
Mr. Mayor, just very quickly, can you give us any timelines to what you plan to do to pay this debt back? What you plan to do to make sure that customers who owe you are also paying you back? Or are you just going to wait for National Treasury to put the municipality under administration again?
No, we are not going to wait for National Treasury. In fact, that action would not be necessary.
Okay.
Because you'd recall that National Treasury has issued a Circular 123 and Circular 124 in order to deal with these kind of problems. Now, Circular 123 says that a debt that is owed to Eskom by the 31st of March must be set aside, and the municipality must pay a current account of Eskom for a period of 12 months. Then after 12 months, then a portion of that debt is going to be written off. I can tell you now, in terms of our intention to deal with the debt, from January, February, March, we have been paying the current account of Eskom in full. So there would not be a need for National Treasury to put the municipality under administration. We are now in the process of getting suppliers to put in prepaid meters, so that whatever that we give to our people is already been prepaid. We are also out there on tender. An advert has been issued where we are building our own solar plant so that we reduce our reliance on Eskom. And then with that benefit, we'll then be able to service the debt of Eskom that we currently trying our utmost level best to resolve.
All right. Well, Mayor of the Matlosana Municipality in the Northwest, James Tsolela, we'll see you next week when we celebrate Freedom Day. And that's when we'll probably ask you a few more questions about your plans with regards to this debt.